Hello everyone, GeneralApple here, and yesterday I've made a lot of people mad. Now, how did I manage to do so? Well, I simply stated my frustrations with the recent Ascension WoW Classic Plus server. I claimed that this server had nothing to do with Classic Plus experience and it was all a different version of retail World of Warcraft. And for some reason, a lot of people disagreed with me, and I knew that while I was making this video, it's going to get some hate, but I did not expect this level of hate because I truly tried my best to stay positive and make everyone absolutely sure that I have nothing against them playing retail WoW. If you love playing retail World of Warcraft and you enjoy that, you do you, boo-boo. I do not care at all whatsoever. If you're having fun, that is the most important for me as a MMORPG player, because I want people to have fun playing their MMOs. So if you enjoy playing retail, I think that's good for you. Personally, for me, I hate that, but that's me. Nobody cares. You care about yourself, I'll care about myself. And that is all that I've said in this video multiple times, and people still bashed me for it. So I want to make this video to kind of clear the air and maybe explain stuff that weren't that clear in the previous video. So hopefully we're gonna have some civil discussion in the comments of this video, and I'm gonna answer some of the comments that I've got on the previous one just to kind of get a full understanding of what you guys are saying. And I think these videos where I directly interact with you guys are the best type of videos. Even if a lot of people dislike them, I still think that this is a good thing to do as a content creator, because I strive to be as transparent as possible with you guys, even at the cost of my own channel. I don't want to hide everything. I just want to be out there in the open. And yeah, I mean, I guess I can start by saying that for some reason, some people thought that I was a paid shill by TurtleWow. So let me make this absolutely clear. I'm not being paid by any company, server, whatsoever. This channel isn't even monetized yet. I only recently hit 1K subscribers, so I'm earning zero money. I'm doing this because I aspire to become a great YouTuber. And right now I'm clearly at the beginning of my journey, so I earn no money whatsoever. I'm not a part of any program, any partnership whatsoever, with no APOC, no TurtleWow, nothing. I'm not advocating for these servers because they're paying me, they're doing me any favors. I'm advocating for them because I genuinely find them to be good. That's it. That is truly all. And yeah, I mean, it was very important for me to just state that so you guys know. And by the way, if you watch my previous Ascension WoW videos, you can see I was hyped up for this server even more than TurtleWow. I was so stoked to actually play it, and that's why my disappointment was immeasurable. And my day was ruined the moment I played Ascension. So let's start by going through the comments, and I'm gonna do my best to answer most of them. So, for our first comment here, we have something that I've seen plenty of times. Classic Plus is subjective and open to interpretation, so they didn't lie. Now, brother, I don't know what's the amount of mental gymnastics you have to pull off to even reach this conclusion, but by your definition, retail World of Warcraft is Classic Plus, because they haven't deleted the Barons, they've just added layers onto the game. So, by your definition, even current retail World of Warcraft is Classic Plus. This is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. And you can even claim that retail WoW is classic because they have Gilneas in it. And if you compare it directly to TurtleWow also have Gilneas in it. But one is classic plus and one isn't. So how does it make sense? Well, let me explain to you what classic is at the very core. Classic is slow leveling experience and focus on leveling instead of endgame. This is something that TurtleWow has managed to pull off. This is something that retail failed to do so. That's what cements classic as being different from retail. Slow leveling and focus on the leveling experience instead of the late game. This is all the difference. Now, you claiming that Classic Plus is somehow subjective is sort of true, because different server can have different interpretation of Classic Plus. We've seen this with APOC and TurtleWow. They're both Classic Plus experience, and they're both completely different. But the one common denominator is the fact that they're both focused on leveling. That's what cements them as being a classic experience. And that is the exact problem I had with Ascension, because I played for 2 hours and I hit level 10. And now I know some people will say, you can reach level 10 on retail in like 30 minutes. I know. Retail is trash. I'm not saying that Ascension is trash. I'm saying that Ascension is a better version of retail. And it's somewhere between classic and retail, maybe, but it's way closer to retail than classic. That's for sure. So, yes, this is like one thing, and I really wanted to make this right out of the gate, like straight up. If you think that Classic Plus is so subjective and you try to reach all of these watered down conclusion, I have nothing to say to you, because if that's for you count as a Classic Plus, then I can't even argue with you, because that is such a broad definition. It's such an umbrella term. I mean, you can literally put anything under it. So it's kind of unfortunate that some people think like that. But hopefully I made it clear for what I think cements classic as being classic in the first place. Just slow leveling and focus on leveling instead of the end game. Now, I'm not saying that Classic Plus can't have a good end game. I'm just saying the focus should be on the leveling. That is all that I'm saying. Ascension WoW has completely missed the point with all of the experience buff. And I have seen comments that saying, oh, this is a private server, you should have known that the experience buff. Then why Turtle WoW and APOC doesn't have that? Because you don't, the fact that you have a private server doesn't automatically means that you need to have XP boost. That doesn't come together. This is something the developers put inside the game intentionally. This isn't something that comes with the game. They don't have to do that. They did that because they can sell more stuff in the cash shop, because these buffs are bought and paid for at the end of the day, which I completely understand. This server is free, so I'm not like going against them for doing that. But you know what I'm saying, right? This is a part of monetization plan, which clearly worked for them because the server looks amazing and they have a full development team, so kudos to them. Again, personally, I'm against that. So yeah, hopefully I made this one point clear. Another interesting comment that I've got is judging at level 10 instead of playing the game. 3 dots. Well, I gotta say, I truly hate this argument of you have to play for an X amount of time to truly appreciate a game. Brother, there is some truth to that. You can't just play for 1 hour and then just judge the game and go completely off rails. I agree with that. But you need to understand, level 10 is 1/6 of a game. And the amount of things that I've seen in that 1/6 of a game were more than enough to make me absolutely sure that I'm not going to stick until the late game, because none of this is going to go away. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if I play more time, it's not gonna make the world buff disappear. It's not gonna make the fast leveling progression go away. Nothing is about to slow down. On the contrary, just gonna go even faster. And these are the main problems I had with the game. They're not going to be solved when I reach the late game. I'm just gonna continue just playing and raiding. And also, my problem is the raiding itself. I hate having multiple difficulty levels, and this server has 4, which I think is absolutely horrendous. This server also have Mythic Plus, which I absolutely hate. Now, I know they have their own version of Mythic Plus, which is better than retail, but you need to understand, when you tell me that something is better than retail, I think of retail as a huge pile of garbage. And when you tell me something is better than retail, I just imagine a huge pile of garbage and you sprinkling sugar all over it. That's pretty much it. It doesn't change the fact that I hate Mythic Plus at its core, and I disagree with it, like vehemently disagree with it. It's just not for me. Okay, again, if you like Mythic Plus, like, go for it. I hate it. So that's pretty much all the problems I had with the game, and they're not gonna be solved magically by reaching the end game. So me judging at level 10 might be considered early, I admit, but again, it's not gonna change the late game, so it doesn't matter. The problems I have are not gonna get solved. So unfortunately, even though I judged it may seem kind of early, I'm still 100% sure that the same problems I had at level 10 are going to remain at level 60. Comment number 3 says, this is pretty ill-informed. Some stuff just blatantly wrong, and other things listed just apply to the early game. Most egregiously, I don't know what you're talking about with the chat. Mods on there constantly curving the conversation away from politics and racism. You wouldn't last a day in APOC. I do agree that calling it Classic Plus was always a stretch though. So last line, bottom line, like he agrees with me, so this is nice. Now, this is kind of interesting. So I am going to start with the comments on the chat moderation. Now, I've said this in the video again. Maybe it's because I played on launch day and so many people have played the game. The chat was completely unmoderated. The fact that he said that there are no talking about politics and racism, brother, this is literally all that I saw in the chat. Literally. And oh my god, I just wish I could have told you what they've said the moment I logged into the game. I'll get banned off YouTube. Straight up, I will get banned. I cannot even say it. Now, I will say that the chat was better on my second day of playing, for sure. So the moderation team clearly have done some work. So kudos to them. I do agree that this was only a first day, like launch day problem, 100%. And the first line that he wrote here, like, this is pretty ill-informed, some stuff just blatantly wrong. Why didn't you mention what was blatantly wrong? Every single thing that I've said was correct. I've shown everything in the video. So I can't even understand, like, how is this blatantly wrong? The instant regeneration out of combat is correct. The fast leveling progression is correct. The roll buff is correct. I even showed that. So the mount at level 0 is correct. So what was I blatantly wrong about? This is the part I don't understand about this comment. I mean, I haven't lied about anything. I've showed everything that I spoke about in previous videos, so I can't really understand what am I lying about, but clearly he didn't mention anything because he knows that I'm right. And again, you can disagree with me. You can love having mounts and insane movement speed at level 0. You can love that. I don't care. But don't tell me that I'm lying, because there are mounts at level 0 and there is insane movement speed and there is instant out of combat regeneration. I'm not lying. This is a fact. You can literally play or watch me play and see for yourself. So calling me a liar just out of the blue is kind of cringe, to be honest. But the rest of the comment I do agree with. So yeah. Haha, we're having fun and you're not. Brother, I'm playing Turtle and I'm having a blast. You can enjoy your retail experience, I don't really care. It's better than Classic, that's why it's Classic Plus. Dude, I swear to God. Reading some of these comments is like watching a National Geographic episode about some wild animals trying to figure out what their way of thinking is. I mean, brother, by this definition, every game that it is better than Classic World of Warcraft is Classic Plus. You can even claim that Hollow Knight is Classic Plus. What is that? This is the most broad definition I've ever seen in my entire life, and it makes absolutely no sense. But it's funny to me that these are the type of people that dislike my videos. But to be honest, I'm honored, because if you don't like my videos, it's truly a privilege to be on the other side. This is Classic Plus, not Classic WoW. Play Season of Discovery or Anniversary. The development team for Ascension was upfront with everything they had planned and were gonna do for months. So this is an interesting comment. I did not understand the first part of this is Classic Plus, not Classic WoW. Brother, this is a World of Warcraft private server. By definition, it should have been Classic WoW, because this is World of Warcraft. So I did not understand that first part. But the part that I do want to focus in is the development team was upfront with everything and what we're going to do for months. So this is an interesting one. So first thing first, they lied about it being a Classic Plus server. This was a straight up lie. And you can even see it right here in the logo. Project Ascension Classic Plus. They have claimed to be in a Classic Plus server. I have seen comments that saying that they were never claiming that they were Classic Plus. Brother, it's literally on their logo. Stop coping. Just please stop. So the second part is they were upfront with everything. So here's the thing. Not saying something for me, or hiding or obfuscating elements of the game, for me counts as like lying. Now, you can say that it's not, and I completely respect that, but for me, it is. They haven't told us anything about instant regeneration out of combat, insane speed of leveling, world buffs, instant NPCs that you can summon that gives you talents, and instant profession. You can instantly max out your professions, instant respawn of resources. All that stuff weren't mentioned. And now you can say, oh, you could have deep dived into the Reddit and Discord and asked people around. Brother, no player really does that. Only fanatics do that, like, or people that are highly invested into a game. Most regular players don't do these type of things. Most players like me just watch the official YouTube channel and have assumption from their videos. Now, did I have some over-the-top assumptions? 100%. This one is on me. I fully admit it. I never claimed this on the developers or anything like that. That is 100% on me. But did they obfuscate certain elements of the game? 100%. They haven't told us, because if you would have told me that the leveling system was this fast, and you would have told me about ward buff and NPCs that you can summon and purchase with real life money, I wouldn't have played the server. I truly wouldn't. The fact that they hid this information from us players made us play the game, because we thought that this is going to be a true classic experience. But yeah, I mean, that's just one of the many problems I had. So in my opinion, they have lied. You can sort of twist it and say it like they didn't lie, but that's on you. In my opinion, they have lied, because obfuscation is sometimes even worse than lying. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this comment. Okay, these are the type of comments that I live for. You are aware you can disable those buffs, right? Also, you can take the challenge Resolute that makes you level up at lower phase, or you just jump to the server without informing yourself first. My brother, why in God's name would I ever play in a suboptimal way? This is the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, oh, you can just disable those. No, I want to be on equal terms with all the players. Why the hell would I fight with a tiger and get like 1 experience and like be like, be like this in the background while everyone just blaze by me? Do you really think that this is fun for me to see? Yes, I cannot use, you know what, I can even disable my mounts, right? I don't have to use mounts until I level 4, until I reach level 40. I can put this restriction on me. But why the hell would I do that? Where everyone is using mounts around me, I see all the players using like mounts, flying mounts, all that stuff. Why wouldn't I use that myself? It feels weird. The whole point about World of Warcraft and MMOs is the massively multiplayer online. That is the huge part. It's a community-based game. And whenever you see the community doing something, you want to be a part of this community. It feels weird when everyone riding a mount and you don't, because you put some sort of a restriction of yourself. It's really weird to claim that, hey, you can disable all of those things. Yes, you can, but it's not fun. You just play in a suboptimal way, and this just feels weird. And on top of that, I'm a competitive player. I don't like playing in a suboptimal way. My goal was to become one of the first tanks to actually start raiding. That's why I was so invested, and I actually had like vacation to play the game. So it's very weird that you guys, like some of you guys, just claim that. Because, I want to play like everyone else plays. Just limiting yourself, it's really, really weird. Now, Turtle WoW has something that's called hardcore mode, where people have put restrictions on themselves to basically not die even once, right? Now, the good thing about Turtle WoW is that hardcore players can't party with regular players. So you have 2 groups of people, one that play hardcore and one that isn't, and they can only interact with each other. So this is the good part about Turtle WoW. They made clear distinction between group of players that play hardcore and groups that aren't. And that's what makes hardcore fun in Turtle WoW, because you play with your own community. On Ascension WoW, you can do that. If you can choose, let's say Ascension had a different server with world buffs and mounts and all that stuff, and it had a different server for people like me who wants to play without those things. That would have been amazing, because I would have chose to play on that server, not on the server with the world buff and all the crazy stuff going on. But they don't have that. Everything is mixed up into one server, and you don't have any agency whatsoever on what to do. And that is really bad. And don't even get me started about the level scaling, which, yes, you can play with level scaling, and it's the weirdest thing ever. But then you can have a player who doesn't play with level scaling, so you're both fighting the same mobs, but your mob's level is higher than what he's playing against. It is like super weird. I never really got that. And I think that this is the most unhealthy thing. It was the first major red flag that I even seen, because it happens in character creation. So this was the first major red flag on the server, and they weren't even candid about that. They hid that information. So this is definitely bad. No one wants to play in a suboptimal way. This is a community-based game. Everyone should be on equal terms. This is my opinion. You can agree, you can disagree, but this is truly the way that I feel about community-based games. Okay, from this point, it seems like more of the same, so I'm just gonna call it. Hopefully, this video answered some of the questions you guys had and helped solve some of the problems you had with my previous video. So, whether you like this video or not, make sure to comment, because I truly enjoyed making this video. This is the first time that I've done something like this, so make sure to let me know if you like this type of video and if you want to see more interactions like this in the future, because I truly love making these type of videos where it's just me with you guys interacting with each other. I think this is the best part about having a YouTube channel, just interacting with your community. And I had a lot of fun making it, so whether you like this video or not, make sure to comment and let me know what do you think. Was this video helpful for you guys? Did you understand my way of thinking a bit better? But yeah, this is definitely where I'm gonna call it. So I'll just mention one last time, if you play retail, you enjoy that. I truly do not care. I love the fact that we all have servers that we can each play on and have fun our own way. And I didn't want to sound toxic towards Project Ascension, but I truly believe that they should remove this logo because it's false advertising. Straight up, just swap it with Project Ascension, and that's it. That would be fine. People will love the game, people will enjoy it. It's a great server if you don't want to play retail World of Warcraft. But, I mean, yeah, I'm not advocating for private servers or anything like that. If you want to play, do your thing. If you want to play retail, whatever, I don't really care. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all for today's video. So, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.